Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Rick Banez with Fred REIA and Home Dream Realty and Property Management. I'm here sharing the numbers for August, and I would like to share with you that, let's see, here we are. I'm hoping you can see my screen. This is for the numbers for August 2023. I just got them a few days ago. Let me take you through what we're seeing here. So total new listings were 603. That was actually up from last month at 2.7%, but down from last year at 16.5, a negative 16.5. New pendings were at 521. That was down a negative 3.3%. And closed sales were at 516, and that was up from last month at 2.8%. In terms of the median sold price for August was $450,000. That was a slight tick downwards at a negative 2.7%, but it was up compared to last year, increased 5.4%. The 5-year average, just to give a framework, is $386,000. If you look at the graph on the right-hand side, you'll see the closed sales. Closed sales are significantly down compared to last year at the same time, as well as the year before last. But you can also see that median sold price is actually higher than the past. But it seems like it's trending. It's still higher, but it seems like it's trending slightly downward. Going on to our active listings actually increased to 848 units. That's compared to last month of 822 and last year of 979. Days on market was a total of 23. Not much of a change here. Last month it was 21 and last year it was 22. The average sold to original list price ratio was at 99.1%. That is actually slightly down compared to last month at 100.2% and last year at 98.7%. As we look at the detailed report, a couple things I want to point out, some trends. The sold dollar volume was a negative 18.2% year-on-year change from August 2023 to August of 2022. And we talked about the average sold price being up 9.52% and the median being up 5.39%. The units are significantly down at a negative 25%. And if we turn our attention down to the attached units sold at the very bottom of the chart, you'll see the number of attached units. Attached unit is a townhouse, a row house, something like that. That was actually down 39%. And the detached, which is considered a single family home, was down 22%. So much more activity on the attached units. Townhomes are selling less. In terms of our inventory, we had a negative change of 13% in active listings. New listings was down a negative 16%, and all pendings were down a negative 12%. So in this interpretation of this chart, what it tells me is more people are deciding not to sell, probably because of the high interest rates, and probably because they're comfortable in their nice low mortgage payment that they have today. So that's why new listings are not coming on the market. In terms of the type of financing and how they were sold, the number one seller for last month in August was conventional loans at 221 units. This was followed closely by VA and FHA. VA had 107 units type of financing, and FHA had 101. There was one assumption deal out there, and this is to our investor community. You know, you think it's not happening. It is happening. People are assuming other people's mortgages, and there was one out there for the month of August. In terms of other, there were two others, and that other is like private lending. There were two of those. And then the cash came in at 72. 72 units were bought with cash. In terms of the days on market, Still, most homes are being sold in the first 10 days. It's still a seller's market, despite the interest rates being so much higher. And if you combine the first, in the first month, most homes are being sold in the first month, and there's approximately 350 of them being sold in that first month. So you got to get out there, you got to see it quick, and you're right in terms of being the first to see it and to decide if you have interest. But what is also telling, if you look at the bottom of the chart, is look at the ones that have been past the last 6 months. They've been on the market for 6 months and longer. And there were a total of 9 units that sold in the month of August that have been on the market for more than 6 months. So those, to me, are the ones that are ripe for either creative financing, special financing, maybe it's private lending, maybe it's going to be some type of assumption, something like that. And I got some feedback from you that you couldn't really see this chart, but it's very important. It has some really good detail in it. So I zoomed it out and I wanted to make sure you guys saw it. So this chart is broken up into the type of residence, whether it's a single family home or an attached, which is TH's townhouse. And it's broken up by the number of bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, and 4 bedrooms. And then there's the condo section as well. Now, we don't have a lot of condos here in Fredericksburg, but they do exist. But there's a couple of things I wanted to point out to you. So if you're somebody who's in the market to buy, or someone's in the market to rent a home, or someone who's in the market to sell a home, you can kind of see your sweet spots and the price bands that they occupy. And what I mean by price bands is the left-hand side, we have a range of approximately 100,000 increments. What price band are you in if you're a buyer or a seller or a person who's looking to rent a place? And you can see the price bands for a 3-bedroom, for a single family home, I put a highlighter on there, is in the price band of 200 to 299. There's 26 units that sold. Between 300 and 399, 63 units. And between 400 and 500,000, 49 units. So that's your predominant sweet spot there. The average selling price right there for 3-bedroom is going to be between that 3 to 399. And if you look at 4 or more bedrooms, you'll see that the sweet spot is going to be between the 5 to 599, 500,000 to 599,000. Now, were there others that sold? Yeah, you can see what has sold in terms of the different price bands. There were 25 that sold between $300,000 and $400,000 with 4 or more bedrooms, and there were 2 that sold between $200,000 and $299,000. So they are selling out there. There's just few and far between. And if you're trying to find a sweet spot, that kind of gives you an indication of where they're coming in at. But in terms of all active listings, despite the number of bedrooms, they are coming in between that 400 to 799,000. So the sweet spot there, we actually sold most of 400 to 499,000. 183 units were sold. What's also helpful with this chart is you can actually see what the average sold price is for a 3-bedroom versus a 4-bedroom. So we made a generalization in an earlier chart that said 450,000 was the average sold price approximately. And you can see based on the number of bedrooms what it was per bedroom. The average sold price versus the 3-bedroom versus a 4-bedroom. It was an extra $200,000 each bedroom, if you want to look at it that way. In terms of the average sold percent change, you're actually seeing a higher percent change year on year in the 4-bedroom, going up 11% versus 5% for a 3-bedroom. So that's kind of an interesting tell. And if you look at the previous year, the number of solds compared to what we sold this year, that's the 169 for 3-bedrooms, but last year we sold 219. And then if you look at 4 bedrooms or more, they sold a total number of 262 units compared to last year at 343. Again, this is month-on-month kind of comparisons to give you an idea. So I hope this information is helpful. If you have any real estate questions or want to reach out, feel free to do so. My number is 540-412-8252. Please, we look forward to seeing you guys on the Thursday second and fourth Thursday of the month for our real estate investment group meetings. We have teachings that go on the second Tuesday or Thursday of the month, and we have a networking group that meets at the top of Wegmans in the Fredericksburg store, and that is on the fourth Thursday of the month. And again, keep hitting the bushes, keep looking for a great deal, keep learning, keep growing, and thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care.